Hey guys, what's up? It's Monica and welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another episode of Style for Success, Dress Like a Boss. Today's episode is a very special episode. Mind you, all the episodes are pretty special, but of course today's episode, I'm tongue-tied already. Today's episode is extremely special because I have my little sister in the house. I am so excited for you guys to meet her, for you guys to take tips, because she is the epitome of a fashion boss. She knows her stuff. She has hit so many career goals for like everyone, and I'm just so excited for you guys to meet her. But before we jump into that, if you're new here, what's up? I'm Monica and I'm a fashion and lifestyle content creator based out of Atlanta. And if you love fashion and if you love dressing for success, just hit that subscribe button, follow the channel, make sure you hit the notification bell, that way you never miss a video, because we do fashion, we do lifestyle, we do all the gems, all the good stuff here. So just go ahead and subscribe. Anywho, like I said, this episode is going to be an amazing episode. Racheal has done so much, and I'm going to let her introduce herself to you guys, and you guys are going to fall in love with her. So who are you? What is your role? Let the girls know.
Hi, thank you guys for having me. My name is Racheal. I am a mom of two. I have a 10-year-old daughter, Racheal, and a 7-year-old son, Nathaniel. I am currently the Vice President and Chief of Staff at Canadian Tire Corporation. I started my career in IT, so I've been in information technology for about 20 years now. I started a job called Monera Solution. I was there for about 5 years. And then after that, I worked at Exxon Mobil for about 2 years, and I did my first tour of duty at Canadian Tire for about 5 years. And then I went on my first maternity leave and took a job at Sears Canada after for about a year. And then I worked at TD Bank for about another year and a half. And then I finally kind of said, listen, I moved around for a little bit, kind of got to know myself and what I actually wanted to do. And I found my way back to Canadian Tire, and I've been there for about 5 years now.
All right, so you know a little bit about my sister, who's being very modest, by the way, because she's a mentor. There's so much she has done, but I'm going to let her just dive into a little bit more of her career path and how fashion has kind of played a role in that journey. That's actually question number one. So she answered a little bit of question number one. So you can add a little bit, because I know you've done more than that. The girls want to know everything and what your fashion has been through that journey. So I'm going to repeat the question one more time. What has been your career journey, and how did fashion play into that journey?
So I talked a little bit about my career in the open, and I would say fashion kind of played a step every way through. For me, I've always believed to dress for the job you want to have, not the job that you're currently in. And I remember when I was in the call center at Moneras, I dressed like I owned the place. And because not only does the first impressions matter with how other people see you or perceive you initially matter, but also how it makes you feel, right? The confidence that it gives you. So for me, all along the way, I've always been someone who's really enjoyed using fashion as a way to express myself, to show my capability and what I'm capable of. So again, I've always tried to dress for the job I want to have and not for the job that I'm currently in.
Perfect. I love it. I love it. Did you mention that you worked for Saks and you created some of their customer interface stuff and all of that? So for those of you guys who don't know, I used to work for Miu Miu and Reed Krakoff inside Saks. So I remember when you guys were implementing that, she came in, and I wasn't working for Saks anymore. I started blogging full-time and content creating full-time. So I remember going back to the store, and I see the general manager, and he's like, oh, hey, because everybody there loves me. Wherever I work, everyone loves me. And they're like, what are you doing here? So good to see you. And they're like, yeah, how can I help you? I'm like, yeah, I'm here to see my sister. And he's like, who? I'm like, yeah, the person sitting in your desk. He's like, oh yeah, figures. So yeah, just so many great stories. In addition to just being so fashion forward and stylish, like, you are a great mentor. Like, you've done so much. And she mentors me too. Like, she's my little sister, but she mentors me all the time. She keeps me in check. So grateful for you, number one. And then also, guys, all those Zara hauls, just thank her. Because I wasn't a Zara believer until she started showing me some of the pieces that she was picking up from Zara. And I was just like, are you kidding me? And in addition to that, the closet that you guys see when I'm in Toronto, that's her closet. So some people have been like, oh, she's so shy, she doesn't want. I'm like, no, she's not shy, she's just not a social media person. So I'm just so grateful that you are here gracing us with this knowledge. And I don't know if I said this already, but if I didn't, make sure you get out your pencils and pens, because she is always dropping gems, guys. Okay, so let's get into question number 2. So the second question is, how would you describe your style for your body type?
So for me, I'm someone who definitely knows my body type and I know what works for me. So I would describe my fashion as probably more classic. I like classic pieces, I like classic looks, but I do like incorporating funky things every now and then. So when you see Monica and the funkiness, I always look and say, damn, I wish that could be me, but I know it's not me, but I have pieces that I would take from her. So again, I feel like it's always so important to know your body type and your style and what works for you. So she's talking about Zara. Yes, I am all about the Zara because it fits me perfectly. That's my fit, my cut, my style. So I love that. So I think for my style, I always try to keep true to me and my style and how I like it. But every now and then throw in some funky things here and there. Listen, sometimes I see Monica, I'm like, yeah, those glasses look great, but nope, would not work for me. I'll probably be more of a classic kind of person. But sometimes I look back to pictures from back in the day and I'm like, and the crazy part is, look back pictures of us and all our girls for 10, 15 years ago, only Monica looks like she could it could be a picture from yesterday. The rest of us look crazy. Sometimes I'm like, what the hell, Monica? How'd you let me go out the house looking like that? So I think I've tried my, being funky, but it doesn't work for me. I think I'm a classic person all the way.
She's definitely, I feel like your style is so classic, but it's very tailored. She's got an excellent body. This girl works out like 6 days a week. Like she popped her babies and her stomach went flat. For the rest of us, that's not the case, but she also puts in the work. She drinks her water, she eats well, she works out religiously, and I don't even know how she balances it out. When people ask me, how do I find balance? I'm like, what balance? She's the one who has balance as far as I'm concerned. And I love the pieces. Just for instance, like her earrings. Like she has some of the coolest things, but you do such a great job of blending cool, interesting pieces with very classic looks. And that's why I personally love your style and I admire your style.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, Monica, hey.
All right, so, and I forgot to mention, guys, this girl wears Louboutins to work. Actually, I think there's a question pertaining to that, so I won't ruin it. So I'm gonna go to question number 3. Number 3, what was your most ridiculous buy?
I would say not ridiculous. Probably most expensive would be a pair of knee-high Christian Louboutin boots.
Yes.
I think, or my wedding shoes. No, I think the boots were probably a little bit more expensive though.
Yeah, those boots are expensive, and they were still. That was back.
I still wear them till this day. I bought them at least 10 years ago, and I wear them to this day. So listen, I'm all about spending the money on quality. I have my very first pair of shoes that I bought at least, I think I started wearing Louboutins about 18 years ago, and I have the very first pair, and I still wear them to this day. So I'm all about quality. Spend the money, it lasts longer than buying little pieces here and there. So I think my most pair of shoes ridiculous would be a pair of Louboutins, and purses would be, I don't know. Actually, let me not go there.
I was gonna say.
My husband may see this.
Exactly. We don't want him to see it. But yes, yeah. I agree with the Louboutins. So yeah. You should own stock in Louboutin at this point, to be honest. Anywho, question number 4. Talk to me about your leadership skills and what would you wear to an important meeting?
So for me, I believe, leadership is all about leading by example, right? Be the leader that you want for yourself. So that's the thing I tell my people all the time. I want to be the boss to you that I want someone else to be for me. And I know what kind of boss I would like for myself. And that's the standard I like to set for other people. You lead by example at the end of the day, right? At the end of the day, I say, treat the janitor better than you treat the CEO, because everybody's job matters. We need everyone's job for everything to work. You need every part of the puzzle. So everyone's job matters. So for me, it's really important. I'd say how you treat people. How you treat people matters, right? Like none of us can stand alone. Treat people well and they'll stand with you. And so what would I wear for an important meeting? It depends, right? So it depends. I think I have my staples. For me, my favorite go-to are dresses. I am a classic dress. Midi length or long or ankle length dresses are my thing for work. But so what you would always find me wearing would be a great pair of heels, a nice belt, and a great blazer or a dress. Those would be my go-tos.
I love it. And I love how you mentioned the thing about the janitor and everybody's job is important. I remember there was a time I was, talking about imposter syndrome and whatnot. And, and she was just like, I won't say the exact words because I think she cussed a little bit, but she was just like, forget the whole idea and the concept of imposter syndrome, because we all belong, right? You know, like everyone's job is important, and I'm so happy that you brought that up, because, you know, when I think about it, I'm like, yes, like you, as long as you put in the work, you belong. So never feel out of place. I know a lot of times people have, you know, especially through the vlogs, people have mentioned that, you know, they feel intimidated about going inside some of the luxury stores because of whatever that might be, but you've put in the work. It's your money. You belong. So thanks for bringing that up. I love it.
I always say my philosophy is, listen, we all just have one life to live. Live it the way you want to live it. Don't live it for anyone else. Live it for you. So wear what you want to wear. Do what you want to do. Doesn't really matter what everyone thinks. But you want to use the best opportunity for everything you can do in this life. Do it. Don't let anyone else take that from you.
Man, I love that. All right. Question number 5. What does a casual day look like for you, and what would you wear on a Friday?
The funny thing is, Fridays are the hardest days for me at work because we wear jeans on Fridays. So listen, all day, every day, give me my dresses, my pants, blazers, I'm in. Fridays always find it a little bit harder because the variety of Friday, because Fridays we usually wear jeans, and to work, if I'm wearing jeans, it still has to be a balance between jeans as casual but still look dressy or appropriate for the office, for my style in the office. So a casual day would be jeans and a blazer, for sure, and a great belt and a pair of heels.
I love it. And hopefully I can get some pictures, because her style, when I tell you her style is everything, and I've seen her go to work on her casual days, banging, oversized but fitted blazer, great pair of fitted jeans, a pair of Louboutin pumps. She wears Louboutin. Who wears Louboutins to work every day? If it's not 4 inches or higher, she's not wearing them. So like I said, she's being modest. She's being modest to the point where people at work, I'm sure they're intimidated by you when you come in.
Well, here's the thing. Everyone's style is different, right? So my style is no better than anyone else. It's just mine, and I appreciate everyone's style for what it is. So no, I don't intimidate people at work. I appreciate their style, and I let them know it every single day.
That's good. I love that. I love that. All right, question number 6. What are your go-to pair of shoes, and how do they make you feel when you wear them?
So obviously, it's clear what my go-tos are. So Louboutins are my go-to, and I've spent years, decades really getting to understand my feet, the kind of shoes I like to wear for my style, and decollet. Well, they're called Kates now. Kates, 4 inches, so 100 Kates are definitely my go-to. I wear them at work pretty much every day. And I love them.
Every color.
They're comfortable for me. Yes, I do have them probably in every color. But again, these are things I've been building for over the last 20 years. And so those are definitely my go-to, and I love them.
I love it. I love it. Okay, the next question is number 7. Your go-to bag for work, play, and evening.
So for work, I need a bigger size bag that can fit my laptop, a pair of shoes, a book, or whatever else, but definitely at the very minimum it has to fit a pair of shoes and laptop, because those Louboutins, I'm not walking in and out of the office with them. I wear my flats into the office, and I got my shoes in my purse, and I wear my shoes around, but so my purse has to fit them. So I would say right now I have the YSL sac de jour. I have the Louis Vuitton sac flats, the Fendi Sunshine, and Burberry. I just bought a big Burberry tote. So those are my go-to right now for work. For play, I love a classic sort of mid-size crossbody. I have a great YSL one that I've had for at least a good 6-7 years in a caramel. Nothing better than a caramel color. As you can see, this is kind of my go-to color. Or right now, actually really into pink. For the longest time for evening, I had this pink Gucci that goes with it. There's a pale pink that went with everything, and I loved it. And right now I have a bright pink Valentino that I've been wearing with everything.
Which she has with her. Can you show the girlies, because we want to see it, guys? This might be my next bag, because it is stunning. Yes. So simple, so classic, and the color is the color of the year, the Viva Magenta. I am obsessed.
Yep, and I love it because it has a crossbody. I wore it during the day. Exactly the only purse I brought with me to Atlanta this trip, and I've worn it evening, noon, and night, and I love it.
I love it. I love it. All right, question number 8. What are your closet staples, and where would you wear them to?
So my closet staples, I think I've kind of talked about this a little bit. Blazer. So right now I'm really into Smythe blazer. Ladies, Smythe blazer. It fits your body. It tailors like perfectly to your body, and there is nothing better and a perfectly tailored blazer. So I'm really into my Smite blazers right now. Of course, my Louis Vuitton heels, the Kates. What was my latest purchase? I think a green alligator pair is my latest one. And for work, I have a couple of brown caramel tones. I think I have 3 or 4 in like different shades, but they go with everything. So I wear those all the time. And then of course dresses. Dresses are my thing. You would always find me in a dress or a jumpsuit. Because it's only one piece, right? Especially when I'm going to work. I don't want to have to think about multiple things, so it's a dress or a jumpsuit. Those are definitely my go-tos.
Okay, so the next question is an audience question, and it's, how do you combat imposter syndrome in the corporate world?
So for me, and I've always kind of hated that term, imposter syndrome, when people talk about it, because when you ask people, most people say they feel that way at some point. So to me, it's like, okay, if everyone feels that way, then why are we calling ourselves imposter if we all feel that way? So that's a concept I really don't try to think about. So for me, I feel like, listen, just figure out what makes you confident, right? Figure out what is that thing that makes you feel confident, feel ready, and hone in on it and do it. So for me, 2 things. I like being prepared. So no matter what it is, what the meeting, whatever, I make sure I'm prepared. I'm ready. I've studied what I need to. I'm ready for the meeting. I'm prepared. And that personally gives me confidence. And secondly, it's how I dress, right? So here's what I tell people, right? Like, so think about, you have a special occasion and that one outfit that looks good on you. You look good. You wear it and you're standing up tall and you're like, man, I hope I see everybody today because I know I look good. So imagine feeling like that every day, right? And that is what I do every day. I can't wait to put on my outfit. I prep at night. I get my outfit ready. I try it on. I call my daughter. I say, hey, what does it look? Sometimes I call Monica, my other sister, say, hey, what do you guys think? Just because I love in the morning getting dressed and feeling like, you know what? I look great. And when you feel that way sometimes, when you walk in that room, it gives you the confidence to really be like, you know what? I belong here, right? Like I bring something to the table. So looking that way, the confidence it gives you and being prepared, you will always feel confident at the table. So listen, we all deserve a seat at the table, right? This world belongs to all of us. And honestly, I've been in so many rooms at so many tables, and I don't think there's anything none of us can do as long as you're prepared. Do the work. I always say, whatever it takes, do the work, and that will give you the confidence that you need to overcome that imposter syndrome and sit at the table and be ready. So, and I know sometimes I say it's easier said than done, having that confidence, but figure out what gives you confidence. And for everyone, it's going to be different. Again, like I said, for me, it's the way I dress and being prepared, making sure I do the work. That's what gives me confidence. Figure out what gives you that confidence and work at it every day. And it's work. It doesn't stop one day. You got to keep working at it every single day. And every single day, you'll feel better and better and feel that you belong in that room, that anywhere you are, because we all do. We all belong.
I love it. That's so good. Okay, last question. What would your advice be for someone who works in your field or in the corporate world that wants to elevate their style or wants their style to match their career path?
So I would say a couple of things. First of all, figure out what is comfortable to you, right? So don't flip through a magazine or watch Monica and say, oh man, I want to dress just like that. Yeah, you may want to dress like that, but what does that look like for you, right? How does that fit to your body size, your style, your taste? Figure out what that is. And that doesn't really come easy. Sometimes you have to try a lot of different brands, a lot of different clothes, and then you'll start to figure out like what actually looks really good on me, what makes me feel my best. So spend the time to figure that out and then do that, right? Invest in it. Invest in some key pieces, right, that will last you the time. I think for someone in the corporate world like myself, it's always have a great blazer, have a great pair of black pants, have a fantastic belt, have a great pair of shoes, and that could go the long way for you and make you feel great every single day.
I love it. Yay! Isn't she amazing? Oh my God, thank you so so much for coming. It has been like pulling teeth trying to get her in the chair. Talk about somebody being busy, my own sister. But I'm so happy I finally got you, and I finally got you to share some of your knowledge, because you have so much to give, you have so much to offer, and I'm so thankful to have you as my sister. I'm thankful to have you in my chair. Guys, if you enjoyed this video as much as I did, just leave your comments below. Let me know what tidbit or what tip you will be taking with you. As always, thank you so much for watching my channel. I appreciate you guys. If you're new here, just go ahead and subscribe, hit that notification bell so you never miss a video. Guys, don't forget to follow me on Instagram and TikTok. It's Odd by Monica on both, Odd by Monty on both channels. And check out my website, oddbymonica.com. Racheal is on social media, but she is private, so I'm not even gonna tell you to go follow her. Somebody asked once, like, oh, when I said that you took my pictures, like, oh, does she have a, can I follow her, or what's her, and I talk about her style, and they're like, oh, what's her Instagram handle, I want to follow her. I'm like, no, she won't let you follow her, but, you can always check her out on LinkedIn, so that's, yes. Check her out on LinkedIn. Yeah, and like I said, thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one.
Thanks for having me.
Bye, guys. Thank you.